In the golden plains of the African savanna, a young cheetah named Zuri stretched under the shade of a baobab tree. With the speed of a gusting wind, Zuri was known as the fastest animal around, capable of incredible bursts of speed. She could run up to 60 miles per hour, but only for short distances before she tired out. Every day, she practiced her sprints, chasing down prey, but lately, something had been bothering her. No matter how fast she ran, there was one challenge she couldn't overcome. That challenge was Nia, a swift and graceful antelope, who was just as quick in her own way. Antelopes, unlike cheetahs, couldn't outrun their predators in a straight line, but they had the stamina to run for long distances and the agility to make sharp turns, which allowed them to escape even the fastest predators. Nia was particularly known for her ability to zigzag through the tall grass, making it nearly impossible for anyone to catch her. Zuri admired Nia's perseverance and endurance but also felt frustrated. How can I ever catch her if she never stops running? Zuri asked herself. She had always believed her speed would guarantee success, but this one antelope seemed to be unbeatable. One hot afternoon, Zuri spotted Nia grazing near the river. She quietly approached, her muscles tensing as she prepared to sprint. But before she could lunge, Nia spotted her from the corner of her eye and darted off with a burst of energy, weaving through the tall grasses. Zuri ran as fast as she could, the wind rushing past her ears, but within a minute, she felt her body tire. Nia, still running at a steady pace, was already far ahead. Panting, Zuri slumped to the ground, exhausted. Why do I always fail? She muttered to herself. I have the speed, but I can't seem to catch her. Just then, an old tortoise named Tembo, who had been observing from a distance, approached Zuri slowly. Why the long face, young one? Asked Tembo, his voice wise and gentle. Zuri sighed. No matter how fast I run, I can't catch that antelope. She's too clever, and I'm too tired. Tembo chuckled softly. Ah, speed is not always the answer, my dear. You see, Nia relies on her endurance and agility, but she perseveres through more than just her quick feet. She knows that by staying calm and focused, she can overcome her obstacles. Maybe you could learn something from her approach. Zuri raised her head, intrigued. But I'm not built for endurance. I'm a sprinter, not a marathon runner. Tembo smiled. True, but even the fastest runner can learn the value of persistence. Perhaps, instead of trying to catch her in one go, you can observe her patterns and learn to pace yourself. Sometimes, perseverance means adapting and using your strengths in new ways. The next day, Zuri decided to take Tembo's advice. Instead of rushing in headfirst, she observed Nia from afar. She watched how Nia moved, noticing when she slowed down, when she stopped to graze, and the paths she chose through the savanna. Zuri began to practice running in intervals, conserving her energy for the right moment. Days passed, and Zuri's persistence paid off. She became smarter in her approach, learning to use her speed in short bursts and rest in between. One afternoon, when Nia was grazing by the river, Zuri made her move, not by sprinting all at once but by carefully stalking her prey. She closed the gap slowly, conserving her energy until the final moment. With one last burst of speed, Zuri caught up to Nia and lightly tapped her with her paw. Nia jumped in surprise, then turned and smiled. You did it, Zuri. You finally caught me. Zuri panted but smiled back. It wasn't easy, but I learned that perseverance isn't just about running fast, it's about staying focused, being patient, and not giving up. Nia nodded. You're right. And I learned that no matter how fast I am, there's always room to grow and improve. We can both teach each other something. As the sun set over the savannah, the two unlikely friends shared a moment of quiet respect, knowing they had both grown stronger through their challenges and perseverance. Moral of the story: perseverance is not just about doing the same thing over and over, it's about learning, adapting, and never giving up, even when the path seems difficult.